Hi gems and gem lovers. This reading is for the second half of December 2018. Happy winter solstice. I know I'm a day late on saying that. And happy full moon in Cancer, which I believe began earlier today, actually. But still, we are still in that energy, right? I do still have a plan to do full moon readings for you as well as these mid-months. And I know we're past that mid-month point now, but I do want to look at the last 2 weeks, gems, see what's coming through. The Magician showing twice there for you is what's coming through. I think you are enjoying this space, this time. I think the Cancer full moon is certainly magical for you. You are feeling confident. That came through. This came through while shuffling and meditating with the deck. The Seven of Wands upright, the Eight of Pentacles now showing again. 3 8s came through earlier for you as well. Yeah, as I said, in 2 of your cards now, the Lovers and the Magician, I associate with you all too. So you're feeling very much yourself. Again, confident and capable, able to exercise your brilliance and a very certain and powerful will and intention. Now, some of you may be uncertain still about which direction to focus that powerful will and intention in. And some of you may be feeling a little bored with the work that you are for some of you even buried under is the feeling, but I think it's rewarding. I think you are getting what you want out of this work, and it's work that you have to do and that has to be done. For a lot of you, the work is on yourself, and that's very much why you are feeling yourself at this time. Well, feeling like yourself and feeling yourself, right? But it's probably repetitive, monotonous work. It's, again, it is rewarding, and yet some of you are feeling a little bored of the repetition. That's the 4th 8 that has shown for you now. So 88 or 8888 may be particularly significant for you this month, gems. And yeah, I do see that for a lot of you, the work is psycho-spiritual work. It's self-development work. A lot of you are focusing on your work as you are faced at the end of this month with needing to walk away from something that no longer serves you. For some of you, I'm feeling that it is that work itself. You've done it for a time. It has given you what it was supposed to, what it was meant to. It has helped you find your footing, find yourself, find your power, your brilliance. And now you want to use your genius on another project, on something else. And so you're sort of done with that work. The 8 of Pentacles card is a great card, especially upright. It reminds me of Capricorn, and so it makes sense that it's showing up right now at the beginning of Capricorn season for you or for anyone. This energy of feeling like working, embracing it and feeling like it. But gems, I just get the feeling that I'm talking to some of you who have, you've been doing that for a while, and it's time to focus that energy and that powerful will and intention somewhere new. Not necessarily somewhere where there's less work, but just somewhere new. But for others, it is that, you're focusing on your work as you are faced with having to walk away from someone or something else. And in doing so, you are walking toward good fortune, perhaps a fated opportunity represented by the fortune card here. For a lot of you, you're moving toward a moment, a reward, a space and time where you feel acknowledged, and rightly so, for all of this hard work that you are currently putting in. You're headed right for it, and it does require walking away from the things that don't serve you, that aren't meant for you. And for a lot of you, it's this offer of love, this expression from someone's heart. Someone has offered you this this sentiment, offered you this affection, and you're deciding to focus on your work instead. And even if not, you're walking away from it. You're turning it down, I think. And it's often with the Eight of Cups, it's speaking about a surprising amount of strength that's showing up for someone as they leave lower level things behind for higher things, for things that their higher consciousness and your egoless mind and state is drawing you toward. For a lot of you, abandoning material desires and priorities in order to focus that intention on spiritual matters. Again, spiritual self-development. Now, for others of you, it wasn't actually an offer of love so much as it was your own expression from your heart. So you could have made an offer to someone else, but what I'm really seeing is a lot of Geminis creating something, engaging in an art form or some type of creative work, or work where you created something that really was an expression of love from your heart for whomever you're working on it for your audience or your company or yourself if you're building your own business. And after the creation and after that expression comes the hard work that we see in the Eight of Pentacles currently representing you. And what's supporting that is the Chariot. You are ready to move forward with that creation, with that work. Not only leaving behind that which doesn't serve your purpose, but also with the Chariot card, mowing down anything and anyone, any obstacle that gets in your way. There may be a Cancer around you who is of particular support, maybe supporting you financially, or a good friend, family member who's offering you counsel, someone at your work who's helping you move up in the world, helping you get a new job, etc. And in any case, it reminds me very much of the Magician card in this instance, in this reading, because again, we're talking about focused will and intention, and with this card, with the Chariot, also being able to bend nature and the elements, the circumstances around you to your will in order to reach your destination, in order to get where you are going. Now, this is your obstacle, your weakness, your enemy in the spread, so to speak, is this energy of the Devil card. So perhaps a Capricorn, it could be, that you have a particular weakness for. Let me just skip this, I'm sorry. But if not a Capricorn, I see that, you know, you're focusing on your work as you are leaving some type of addiction behind, perhaps in particular a codependency with someone specific. I also saw that you're freeing yourself from limiting beliefs when I was shuffling and meditating with the deck. That was one of the other 8s that showed up for you, gems. And I think you thought you were bound to this person or this addiction, and it may have been some type of work. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner, although my readings just go more and more in that direction more and more often. And it's an easy way to paint the picture, but you can always substitute. You know, if we're talking about your career and I'm describing it as a lover or a loving relationship, you know, often in business you get into bed with someone, so to speak. So you can see how you can apply anything that I talk about in a romantic partnership sense to your life purpose, your career, any creation, any project you're working on. Maybe your business is your education at this time. But they just seem to keep leaning toward love in general. So I can't remember who else had this combination here of the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Swords. I don't think they were in exactly these positions, but it leads me to the same conclusion, that this faded opportunity and or faded good fortune that's coming up in the near future for you, gems, is then followed in the more distant future by a crossroads, a choice. '66 may also be particularly significant. So we have 88 and 66. Since I see the 6 of Pentacles underneath of there. So it may be that the opportunity that you are being given, being gifted with in the near future, is the opportunity to make a choice for yourself, to make a significant choice about a crossroads in your life for yourself. Because as we know with the Two of Swords, at least in my readings, when you have this choice, when you have this type of choice, often the message is that a decision needs to be made, or a decision is encouraged for your sake, because if you don't make it, then someone or something else will end up making the decision for you. And I just said that to someone else, so if you watched that reading as well, if that's one of your signs, then that is definitely what's happening for you. That you'll be given the opportunity to really evaluate your two choices, your two roads. And if you sit on that decision for long enough, then circumstances will change, or someone else, perhaps a person or perhaps just a situation, will take the decision out of your hands, and it will be made for you. And as I said to the other sign, I cannot remember who it was, but as I said to the other sign, you know, if it's not that big of a deal to you, if you'd rather have the multiverse make the decision for you, then you can leave it up to that. Your piece of advice is the Six of Swords in reverse. So what I'm hearing is remain where you are. Finish the work that you're doing currently. This is often an energy of being stuck to me, and I don't think the advice is to remain stuck by any means, which is what has me stuck on this card, on how to describe it to you. And then the Knight of Pentacles, or yeah, the Knight of Crystals in this deck, but the Knight of Coins or Pentacles in other decks is what shows up as the clarifier on that. Noted as endurance and determination, I think is what it says there. Yeah, endurance and determination. And I as I said, I do sense that a lot of you are feeling like this, this work you're doing currently, while very rewarding, is monotonous. But you are powering through it because it is, a lot of you can see that it is leading you where you really want to go. And likely helping to distract you from, keep you away from potential suitors, lovers, love offers that you don't feel like are actually for you, are meant for you. And whether it's work that you're doing on a project or work that you're doing, again, psycho-spiritually on yourself, or both, the message, the advice from the tarot is to see it through, to endure, to push on, because, you know, we can see why too. It is leading to this good fortune, again, a fated or destined opportunity, if you believe in things like that, gems, and a significant crossroads that I think, again, you have the opportunity and time to assess for yourself and make a decision about on your own for yourself before someone else makes it for you. And then, you know, it leads to this equal give and take that the Six of Pentacles often represents. Moreover, and more so now for me, as my relationship continues to progress with all of these cards, and certainly moreover in this particular spread, I feel like it's really emphasizing here that you will know who to give your time and energy to. Like I said, you have this, you're very aware of your own genius, your own brilliance, your own power, your own ability to focus your will and intention, but you may, a lot of you, still be unsure where exactly you want to focus that will and intention just now. But we have Mars still in Pisces right now, and by the end of the month, on the 31st, it will have moved into Aries, which perhaps a lot of you are as excited about as I am. And once you know which direction you want to take, once you do know where this fated opportunity, if it isn't the choice itself, then it will lead to that choice. So I believe the fated opportunity will narrow your choices down, whereas you may feel like, I have this powerful will and intention and I can focus it, but I'm just not sure where to focus it yet. So I'm going to say no to the love offers. I'm going to focus on work, and or walk away from work that you've been doing enough of. But I think for most of you, that's just a consideration at this time. And then this fated opportunity will narrow your choices down to these two, to this crossroads we see. And once you know which direction you're going to go in, which path you'd like to take, you will at that point know who or what you want to give your time and energy to, but it will not necessarily be easy to know or communicate that truth to other people. We do have the Page of Swords showing up down here as well. It may lead to some jealousy with people energies around you, from people and energies around you. So, you know, I think this good fortune and I think this good fortune comes with a choice, and I think the choice comes with both a reward and something that could be thought of as a price. But it's well worth it. Again, it may be difficult to own that truth of what direction you really want to go, and it may be difficult to communicate it to someone. But it's well worth it to know what you want, where you want to go, who you want to give your time and energy to, and really what you are in the know about by I'd say, you know, it's sometime in the beginning of 2019, but for a lot of you, as early possibly as the end of February. Well, no, this is the near future. The more distant future could be moving into January, so even the end of January. But I hate to put specific timelines, because in anywhere between there and just sometime in the first half of 2019, really. But that prize of knowing who's worth your time and energy is well worth the weight of, well, now I have to turn someone down or make someone jealous with what I've decided, something like that, maybe on the horizon. But I don't think that is really stopping you or hindering you or scaring you at all, Gems. You're ready for this. You're ready for your destiny. You're ready for what is meant for you. To decide what you feel is meant for you, but also to follow the synchronicities, to know what has been what fits with you, with who you truly are. And again, the advice is to stick it out, finish this work that you're engaging in. Remain determined and endure, you know, even if it is repetitive and it is monotonous. The advice is to see it through, especially, you know, if you can see that the path that you're on is leading you to a crossroads, to a decision. It looks like that very much is again, destined, fated. And those things can change too, and you can decide to walk away from those things too, but I don't think you want to. I think that's what your higher mind and your heart is calling you toward. I really do. I think I want to dig further and further down into the deck as well. But yeah, beyond that potential jealousy, we see expedited progress in whatever area you are most passionate about, with the Eight of Wands showing up. So again, 888, 66. And then the World card underneath that. Truly, not only just having the tools to manifest everything you want and need, Gems, and being able to exercise that will and focused intention, but truly doing so, being and knowing and loving and sharing your authentic self. And it may mean dealing with others' jealousy and others' pride. That's not to say that you might not wrestle with those things on your own, but again, it's all very well worth it to know what's meant for you and where you want to focus your attention and energy. I think a lot of you are eager to get to this decision because, like I said, that work is not the work that you're doing currently is not the easiest thing you've ever done. It's taking a lot of your time and energy when you would rather be giving it other places. If anything, it may be making you question your path, and that is certainly why the advice is don't give up, stick it out, see where this is leading you. You will be rewarded. And not only with this fated opportunity, but again, with the fact that there will be an equal give and take. So you will see more than just one opportunity as a result of this work. You will really begin at the beginning of next year sometime to see the returns that you deserve. For example, to start getting paid what it is that you've been expecting, what you think that you are worth. It requires the work to continue for a time. See it throughout the rest of the year. And with the three major arcana cards on the table being the Chariot, the Devil, and the Wheel of Fortune, your strength, your weakness, and your near future. The opportunity, which I should say you can miss, when and how it presents itself to us is out of our hands, but not missing it is up to us. The opportunity seems to be directly your reward for walking away from this addiction, be it a codependency or any other type of addiction. I think for a lot of you, a lover has come back from the past that is not meant for you and has offered you another shot, another chance. Let's try again. And you've kept your head down and said, no, I am sorry, I'm busy, I'm working right now, I can't, And you're doing the right thing for you and for your path. And it seems like maybe something that you're not sure if you're making the right decision about, but you are absolutely headed in the right direction. And this opportunity, this good fortune in your near future, so I would think probably before the end of the month, will reaffirm that for you. Will let you know that moment, that decision was bigger than you thought it was, and will be more rewarding than you anticipated, and leads to yet another decision, an even bigger one. And perhaps a relationship where there is equal give and take, which there may not have been in this codependency, right? But yeah, that opportunity, that seems like, and the 8 of Shells, yet another 8. So just all the 8s, like 5 or 6 8s now. That's funny because I just got like 6 7s for the sign I did before you, Leos, I think, got like 6 7s, and you've got like 6 8s here. So you may want to look into that, or it may be particularly significant in unique ways for each Gemini. But that's really what I see, deciding to turn your back on this addiction that you could easily slide into. The work is monotonous. The work may be boring for you. And that's not always how the 8 of Pentacles shows up for me, but that's how he looks now. But it will be worth it. And you could easily slide back into your addiction and put your tools down and decide you deserve a break, but it's not meant for you. It seems like a small corner to cut, but this reward is on the other side of making the right decision, of focusing instead on practicing endurance, practicing determination, practicing focus, practicing self-discipline, practicing using that willpower to keep yourself disciplined in a way and at a time when no one else can. No one else can discipline us in that way. No one else, certainly no one else can tell you at this time, Geminis. And making that correct choice for yourself is just about to pay off. You're just about there. And the Eight of Shells, you know, showing up again, that's the Eight of Water. Quest and renewal is what is noted here, but and there's a message here too, to follow your intuition. You know, if I'm describing, I've focused more on the half of you that should remain focused on the work you're doing, right? But there are some of you who will correctly, justly walk away from work that is no longer meant for you. For overall, I see that it's, for most of you, it's focusing on this work while you walk away from a partner and or love offer that is not meant for you, or some other addiction, possibly. But for others of you, for a few Geminis, and then you have to bring your discernment to the table, and you have to use your intuition here. The walking away is from work that's no longer for you, and you have to use your own intuition. I mean, we can do a private reading, a personal reading, if you really have a question about this, absolutely, or you know, if you just want one. But it's, for most of you, remain determined, remain focused, see the work through. But if your intuition is screaming at you, and intuition is certain, it won't be a question in your mind, it will be a sure voice. If your intuition is screaming at you that this work is not taking you where you want to go, and it's not just your boredom, and it's not just your frustration, and it's not just your unhealthy desire to go back to a toxic situation that was more comfortable. If your intuition is saying this work isn't for you, then by all means, yes, let that be the thing that you are walking away from, and go on a quest for work and purpose that is meant for you. But yeah, again, that's just for some Geminis. For most of you, I see the first message, the one that I expanded on more, that you're walking away from a lover, from an affection that is comfortable, but was at least at times toxic. Or perhaps for some of you, like I said, it could be a Capricorn. For some of you, it's not necessarily that it was a codependency or toxic. It was just a Capricorn who's not meant for you, who's not offering you all of what you need. And either way, that making the right choice for yourself, following your higher mind when your ego is quiet, listening to your intuition, listening to your dreams, listening to your heart, following the path that leads to what seems to be at least what you truly want, no matter how hard the work is, no matter how hard turning down the love offer is, again, is rewarded very soon, in the near future. You're just about there. I keep saying that because I get the sense that a lot of you are thinking, when is the reward coming? When? And for so many of you Geminis, it is very close. It would be a shame to put that work down and to give up on that endurance and determination now, right before the fated, destined opportunity is coming in. And that is truly just what I see here, right? You know, I don't have any reason to encourage you to keep working on something. I don't know what each one of you are specifically working on, but the spread is saying it's right around the corner. The reason you've been doing this and the reason why you are calling on that surprising strength within yourself to guide you along is about to be revealed, is about to become apparent. That good fortune, that opportunity is right around the corner. And I think that you can probably sense the crossroads coming, right? Do you sense the crossroads coming? Maybe that's why I've rambled on so long, to the point where we're over 35 minutes now. My goodness. Do you sense the crossroads coming? Do you feel we can often sense that choice coming? And if that's something that you can feel heading your way in your near future, like that feeling of, I know something's about to change. I know, sometimes it's apprehension. I know there's about to be a choice that I have to make, and I'm not ready. I don't know which one it is, and it may make you a little nervous, but anxious for it all the same. If you can sense that coming, then I think that this is really for you. If you feel that that's right around the bend, then yes, stick it out. Stick the work out for a little longer, at least through the end of the year, right? We're so close now. This is a mid-month reading, when really, you know, we're 8-9 days from the end of the month already. It looks beautiful. It looks great. I could easily be jealous of this spread. There's so much promise, so much potential, so much power. So much power. And that could be a lot of what I'm rambling on towards as well, Gems. You have so much power right now. You can feel how powerful you are right now, which is what could make that work. There it is. That's what could make that work seem monotonous and boring. It's, again, not that it's not rewarding, and not that it's not Capricorn season and that some part of you doesn't like doing the work. It's calling to us all on some level. But you have power far beyond what is being exercised here, right? Yes, you're talented, and yes, you know how to get the work done, but you know that you're destined for and meant for much greater things beyond just a repetitive routine. And with all of that power, you may start to feel a little restless, being unable to wield it quite yet. You're still honing it, and you are reserving it, and you are keeping it not necessarily locked away, but keeping it close at hand for the opportune moment to be exercised once you make this choice. And so it can make you feel a little restless waiting to use it. You know, it's, like having magic powers in your pocket and being told you can't take them out and play. That's the feeling I'm getting for a lot of you. And it's not that you can't, it's just that the opportune moment is right around the corner. So Geminis, I hope that helped. I hope it offered you some insight, something that you didn't have when you came to the reading. I'm sorry it's so long and a little late, but thank you very much for being here, and just for checking the reading out, but also for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate that. It helps so much. Welcome, Lunartics, as well as your donations and purchases. That really helps as well. more than you know. And I do hope you will make wise choices moving forward and into the new year. I plan to have a couple more readings out for you before then. And if you are interested in a private reading, just scroll down to the description or email me at lunartickstarot@gmail.com. I'm happy to work with you. I love you, gems, and I will post another tarot fix for you very soon.